Just explain for a moment to any viewers who may not know what the Chamber of Commerce is or what it does. What is the Hamilton Chamber of Commerce?
Well, the Chamber was established in 1845 by Sir Isaac Buchanan and a number of other gentlemen at the time who are considered to be the founding fathers of this community. And it's the oldest institution in Hamilton, the first institution, older than the city itself, older than the country.
Yeah.
So it was an assemblage of private sector leaders at that time who decided it's time to come together and work on some of the issues at that time. And there were a lot of marine commerce issues at that time that they wanted to work on, as well as sewerfication and electrification. This organization has always been a city building organization, and fast forward to the 20th century, and the Chamber played a key role in bringing McMaster University here, played a key role in starting the United Way of Hamilton Burlington. Crime Stoppers was the first organization to fight for amalgamation, actually. Wow. So it has always kind of been at the forefront of many of the issues that have faced us as a community.
And you represent, it's completely member operated, right?
Yeah, we have over 1,000 members. Many of them are small businesses, but we also have a number of the key institutions in this community as members as well. McMaster, Mohawk, Hamilton Health Sciences, ArcelorMittal, Dofasco. So it runs the gamut, but 80% are small businesses, but 20% of our members are community builders, invested in the Chamber, not because they expect anything in return for it, but because it's just the right thing to do in terms of providing social responsibility, community social responsibility.
So you're coming up to 2 years now, and as you mentioned, it's been a long time that this organization has been in the business, if you will, of city building, of looking after and advocating for the community and for the needs of the city and the business community. You've been very vocal as the CEO of the Chamber, but also the Chamber has been very vocal through statements supporting various projects in the city. And just speak on that briefly right now. Like, what's the Chamber working on, advocating for right now?
Well, I mean, there are a lot of things that we're working on. There are a lot of issues facing us at this moment. So, we weighed in on the lobbyist registry last year, for example, and advised against, diving headlong into creating another layer of bureaucracy in the city when some of the other organizations some of our sister organizations like the Toronto Board of Trade and the Ottawa Board of Trade, two communities that have lobbyist registries, they shared with us some of their thoughts on it and how much of a hurdle it did represent for businesses and for growth in their communities, and how they felt that it drove a lot of the backroom sort of dealings even further underground. So we thought it was important for us to share some of that testimony. So we're really trying to provide thought leadership on a lot of the issues that face us today. LRT is another one of them. I'm a firm believer, and the business community is a firm believer, that $1 billion investment in LRT in this community will, in the long term, yield a return on investment, and is absolutely necessary for us to compete with other jurisdictions such as the Waterloo region and even Toronto. And so, I think that this organization, again, has always been at the forefront, has always been advocating for change, and that's certainly what we're doing here in the 21st century as well.
Well, it's pretty exciting to see what you're doing with your organization, because I've heard a lot about the Chamber of Commerce over the last 2 years, so kudos to you on that.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
I wanted to ask, though,